So this is Joshua Hart from JTH Boxing, and today I'm delighted to be joined by Eithan James yet again. This time post-fight. Ethan, first of all, how are we doing?
Yeah, good mate. Just been sat chatting to you for the last hour and a half, but we're getting the interview done now.
Listen, sometimes it's just good to have a nice little chat. But yeah,
Yeah, good catch up.
obviously, thank you for coming on with me again. And obviously, it is good to have you back on this time. Obviously, move to 11-0. First of all, what was fight week like as a whole, being on such a big show?
Yeah, it was good, obviously, to get back out, start the year off with a win, just get something under my belt. Obviously, we knew something was coming up in June, so we just wanted to get back out, really enjoy it. Obviously, the level of opponent wasn't where we want it to be. Obviously, we want to be getting these winning record lads, sort of, I mean, taking these step ups. But obviously, I know that's where I want to be fighting, and I know I can be a lot higher up than what I am now. So yeah, just enjoyed it, get the rounds under my belt, and then was looking forward to moving on to June.
Obviously, in the last interview, did we mention that you would like to get a stoppage? Unfortunately, it wasn't to be this time. Were there any frustrations in not getting a stoppage, or were you just happy to get the rounds in again and start the year off with another win?
I mean, yeah, I would have loved to get a stoppage, obviously, just to shut everyone up a bit. But obviously, I know what I'm doing. Obviously, I was catching him with a few shots, getting landing the clean shots. And then after he realised that he weren't really getting anywhere with it, he just sort of shelled up again. Obviously, like, and that is the worst thing ever when you want to look, if you're going to look for a stoppage, just a tough little foreign lad just taking shots. Do you know what I mean? And he's only ever been stopped once by a super welterweight. So obviously, it weren't to be, but it is what it is. Just got the rounds under my belt, move on to June, and hopefully pick up a title.
Well, obviously, looking forward to June. The name that seems to be constantly being thrown at you now is Lee Appleyard. What are your thoughts on the potential fight getting made with him for June?
Yeah, hopefully it's pretty set. Obviously, everyone's been mentioning it to me. Obviously, it was mentioned it sort of for this fight maybe, but obviously timing wise weren't the best for Lee because obviously probably like 4 weeks notice. But obviously that's fair enough. I want him to have the most time to prep for it just as much as I would. So yeah, it just hopefully it gets made. Obviously, everyone else is mentioning it. I've been told about it. He's been told about it by the sounds of it. So don't see why it can't be made. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm presuming he wants it just as much as I do.
And will that fight be for a title? Obviously, you've had two cancelled title fights now. Is it time to get a title fight locked in and actually make it to the ring?
Yeah, I'm hoping so. I've had two pullouts over a year now, so I'm deserving of one. Obviously, Lee's fought for titles before, so he's going to be wanting to pick up another one. I don't see why they can't make it for one. Obviously, it gets me in the rankings, and obviously will move me up as soon as I win that.
And then another name that has not necessarily been thrown in the hat, but took a few digs at you after the fight. Obviously, a tweet was put out by Frank Warren saying you stepped to world level, to where English super lightweight champion Lucas Ballingall had a few things to say. What do you make of that? You've just gone and moved yourself to 11-0 against a journeyman, and then he's just there throwing shots at you on Twitter. What was your initial reaction to that?
Yeah, obviously it is what it is. Obviously, I know I'm nowhere near world level yet. Obviously, it is I'm not the one that put the tweet up or put the post up or whatever, but obviously that's where I want to get to. So if all these lads want to start taking shots at me and getting me fights, obviously these are the sort of level lads I want to be fighting and getting up there with. Obviously, he's the super lightweight English champion, so that'll be when I want to tick off. As soon as I get this done with Lee Appleyard, we can get that towards the end of the year. Hopefully, these are the fights I want. Obviously, moving up, beating these lads, obviously pushing myself onto bigger and better things. So yeah, that's the plan.
And without obviously saying an awful lot, how do you reckon a fight between you and Lucas would go?
Obviously, well, he said he walked straight through me, but I don't think he's got that just as many stoppages as me. So I'm presuming it'll be a boring technical fight, but obviously I see myself winning and outboxing everyone. That's my plan.
And I'm guessing you'd say the same about the fight with Lee Appleyard again. Outboxing, technical, maybe a stoppage though. Maybe we might see a stoppage when you get
Yeah,
these fighters
if
who are willing
people
to
are walking
engage.
onto my shot, if people are walking onto my shots coming to throw their own, like don't see that when I connect, I know I'm punching. It's just when I'm going looking for people and they're tucking up, like taking the shots and knowing they're there to survive. It's a lot different. Do you know what I mean? So obviously I know what I've been doing in my couple of recent spars. I've been putting people over, so I know the power's there. It's just getting people to walk onto my shots and take them.
And finally, just a message to those who came out and supported you back on Saturday night.
Yeah, now big thank you to everyone that travelled down to London. Big thanks to all my sponsors. Obviously, 6 months out of the ring is not easy, and they've all been helping me, paying me, getting me back into the training, helping me out training so I don't have to work. So yeah, so it's all big thanks to them.
Ethan, thank you for joining me again. Obviously, we have spent the last hour and a half just chatting away off camera. But yeah, big thank you for coming on again tonight and roll on June.
Yeah, man, sound, no worries.